guys, what's up? It's Clay Ranger 143 here, along with
Sharpie.
Fuck.
But in all seriousness, it's NorCal Dude 599.
AKA the OG of Deviants. He just proved it.
Yep.
God damn it.
And in this episode of Radio Reviews, we're going to be reviewing the RadioShack 12-261. But I know what you guys are thinking. Wait, Clay, didn't you already do an episode on the 12-261? Why, yes I did. But I'm doing a revision because we're not exactly going to be reviewing this. We are going to be revealing the successor to the 12-261. And that would be the 12-382. Yep, I got a 12-382, folks. Finally. So, yeah. As you can tell from the 261, there isn't really much difference apart from the screen, of course, the lights, and the button layout, and obviously the color. Because the 12-261 is a silver color, the 12-382 is black. The screens are also different because the 12-261 screen is larger, RadioShack's is smaller, but better. So, we'll get to those in a minute. But for now, let's take a look at the 382. The RadioShack 12-382 was made in September 2007 to 2009, I believe. I believe that's when they started manufacturing them. And then they continued to sell them for a couple more years, but mainly it was made in 2007 or 2008. In this case, mine was made in September of 2008, according to the sticker on the back of it, but yeah, somewhere around 2007, 2008. And you can clearly see that this radio is basically an upgraded version of the RadioShack 12-261, kind of like how the RadioShack 12-521 is an upgraded version of the 12-262. So you can clearly see where RadioShack was going with this. They clearly made upgraded versions of their old predecessors with newer ones, which I kind of liked. So, yeah, as a result, this thing looks much fancier than the 261 does. And the 261 already looks good in itself, but the 382 looks much better because that black color is very nice on it. On a weather radio, it's a very nice color. And did someone say Hershey's?
Yes, Hershey's.
I don't have...
It's the...
I got Hershey's Kisses. Does that count?
Yes, because it's Hershey's.
Yes! But anyway, as you can clearly see, the button layout is similar. 2 buttons on top, 5 on the bottom and the front. 2 buttons on top, 5 on the bottom or the front. But there is a couple differences that we will point out as we go along in this video. So we're going to take a look at some of the weird features that this radio has, along with some pretty cool features that the 261 does not have. So without further ado, let's get into the first feature, like every Radio Reviews episode, and that is the button beeps and the siren test. Bear with me, guys. Now, I know what you're thinking, yes. Before you say it, it's gonna have the same button beeps and sirens.
Yeah, because it's all part of the same series.
But yes,
Oh,
the 12... Yes, like he said, oh, absolutely. But the 12-382, just like the 521, 262, and 261 over here, has the same siren and button beeps. But here's the button beeps.
God damn it. I saw what you were doing there.
Good.
But anyway, yeah, those are the button beeps, clearly. Now here is the siren. Just like the 12261. I'll demonstrate that one too. Yeah,
It's also
clear.
the exact same siren used on the 262 and 521.
Yep. Well, pretty much all these 4 radios in the series, the 12- series, if you will. Well, not really the 12- series, because most of the RadioShack radios that they made start with a 12. But I like to call them the 261 series, because each radio, starting with the 261, since the 261 was the first radio in the series to have that button, the style button beeps and the siren like that, I call it the 261 series, because the 261 came out first, then the 262, then the 382, then the 521, and they all have the same siren and button beeps, so that's what I call them personally. But yeah, basically all 4 radios have the same siren. Like, these radios, they look incredibly similar to each other, and I like that. The way that RadioShack, the way that RadioShack took an older radio and just revamped it to make it better and newer
Hey, Clay,
is just really nice. And what? Oh,
does this antenna look familiar?
Gee, I don't know what that is, but it appears that somebody is selling an external, or not external. It appears that somebody is selling the fucking antenna from a RadioShack 12-519.
And guess how much they're selling it for?
how much are they selling that antenna for?
There you go. $15.95. Yep, you read right. $15.95 for a telescopic antenna from a 12-519.
Those fucking motherfuckers.
Hey, at least it's got free shipping.
I'd rather buy a 382 like I did with this. That's how much I paid for my 382.
Oh, look at the description. It says antenna is in excellent condition, fully intact.
Well, no shit, it's right fucking there.
Oh my god. Moving on, guys. Next feature I would like to discuss are the button layouts. Now, why am I reviewing the button layouts, you guys may ask? Well, here's the thing. Not just the button layouts, but also the type and how they feel, too. Although you guys might not understand, but bear with me on this. Just try to imagine, okay? So, the 12261 has old-fashioned buttons, you know? They have like a nice clicky sound to them whenever you press them. Same thing with the top buttons. It's nice and clicky, like the menu button, up, down, left, right, weather, snooze, and clock. Whereas on the 382, it doesn't have a click. Not only that, but but the menu button in the front doesn't say just menu. It says menu select, like the 12-262. So, now the 12262 has the menu select. The 12262 has the exact same button layout as this one does. Except the buttons are not up here. Where do you expect them to be? Instead, they're down just below the speaker. right on the bottom center of the radio, but it has the exact same button layout as the 12262. And these buttons feel softer whenever you press them. They don't have like a click to them, whereas on the 12261 it does have a click. But the 12382 doesn't have that. It's a much more quiet weather radio when you're setting it up. Like, because when you're setting one of these up, you know, you're gonna hear the buttons, but not on this radio. So that's nice. And another thing I notice, I don't know if it's because of the color of the radio or not, but I've kind of noticed that the how do I say this? The buttons are kind of like on the 261, they're kind of like a metallic gray color. Whereas on the 12382, it's kind of a lighter gray to the point of almost being white. I don't know if you guys can see the difference, but
That's racist.
God damn it.
And hold on, someone's knocking on my door.
it's the police. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway. And no, I'm not being racist. But anyway, moving on. As you can see, the buttons are slightly lighter in color. I don't know if it's because of the contrast of the main radio's color. Like, I don't know if it's because this one is silver and this one is black. That makes it look different. But I think, in my opinion, that they look that the colors are slightly different from each other. Not that it matters, but I'm just pointing that out. So, yeah. Moving on. The next feature I want to talk about are the screens and the lights. Let's start off with the lights. Now, whenever a RadioShack radio gets signal loss, it flashes all 3 lights on it. Those being warning, watch, and statement, or advisories on the newer ones. But in the case of the 12261, it's statement, since this one's a 2003 model. But yeah, whenever a RadioShack radio gets signal loss, it flashes all 3 lights. Kind of like how my 519 is doing right now. If I can zoom in, and you guys can clearly see it doing it. All RadioShack radios do that. And even like the, well, not all RadioShack radios do that, like the handhelds, they don't have lights. So they can't flash the lights. So they can only do the on-screen display. But the 996 and the 991, like the 991 is doing right now, it just flashes 2 colors on its multicolor LED. But when a RadioShack radio has 3 lights, it flashes all 3, like the 519 is doing. And like my 12262 is doing. Not surprising. But anyway. So the lights on the 12261, they just flash. Right? They just don't fade in or out. They don't do anything. They're just there. They're just flashing constantly, and you can't do anything about it unless you get a better signal, or unless you're right next to the damn transmitter with these fucking things. Because
That's why we people bought these. But I bought it anyway because it was rare.
But anyway. Whereas on the 12382, the lights kind of fade in and out. And it's not just because of the video. It's not just because of the camera, the way it is. It's actually fading in and out. And the way it is, it just looks so freaking cool. The 261 doesn't do that, but the 382 does. And this is the only RadioShack radio in the 12-261 series that fades in and out with its lights very smoothly. Because, in my opinion, call me crazy, but I find that really cool. Not only that, but the colors of the lights are different. Like the watch light is yellow, statement light is green, and the advisory light is a yellow-green, and the watch light is orange instead of yellow. So, yeah. That goes to show you
What a difference. What a difference 5 years can make.
from 2003 to 2008.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep. Now, the screens. The backlight colors are the same, green. However, the 261's screen backlight is a darker green. Not only that, but this screen is not dot matrix. This is a regular LCD screen with a limited text display like SEL CH, SEL-CH. That means select channel. It can't say all of it. Alert mode like ALT. Kind of like the Midland weather radios, the older Midland weather radios. This screen cannot scroll. This screen can't scroll to the left like the newer RadioShack radios can because it's an older type of screen. But it's still a good screen, and it's fairly large too. Whereas the
she said.
Yes. It is what she said. Indeed, it is what she said. Just like how... Just like how... Oh my god, I can't speak. Never mind. But anyway.
Someone cannot English today.
I'm speaking English, people. Bear with me. But anyway, as I was saying, just like how she said that this is fucking huge for that huge SSVR yesterday. But in all seriousness, the 12382 screen is smaller, but it's a better screen in some way. Because I'll tell you right now, it actually says the entire thing instead of saying SEL channel. It says select channel. Alert mode instead of ALT. Alert reminder, that is an exception. But still, this screen is has a lighter backlight than this one. This one is kind of like a dark green, like a forest green almost. This one's kind of a lime green, if you will. But the alerts, it does allow you to scroll. Like the next time you see severe thunderstorm warning on this, it's going to scroll like the 262521. But on the 12261, it only does this. I know it can't say severe thunderstorm warning because it doesn't have it, but let me do special marine warning. But instead of scrolling, it only does it like this. Special marine warning. Whereas on the 382, it does it like that. It displays all of the text in one screen instead of like changing every time, if you guys get my meaning. Basically, this one cannot scroll, this one can. So, yeah. The screen is better than that of the 261, but the 261's is still good enough for the time period. Excuse me. But, yeah. This one is much better. Obviously, because it's newer. But anyways, moving on to the speaker quality. Now, since it's plugged into my power conditioner, I have to unplug it temporarily for the 382. And if I bring my 382 over here with me, if I plug it in this outlet right here, any signal loss, raise the antenna all the way up. It's not getting signal loss anymore. And let's see the speaker quality on this.
Sunny. Highs in the upper 80s.
Hold on a minute.
This weather outlook from northeast Georgia, west of North Carolina, and upstate South Carolina.
Hold on 1 second.
Tonight, isolated to scattered thunderstorms will be in the region this afternoon and evening. Thunderstorm coverage will be greatest across the mountains. Any of the thunderstorms will have the potential to produce cloud-to-ground lightning, gusty winds, and locally heavy rainfall. And now the extended outlook for the period Friday through Wednesday. Thunderstorm coverage will be fairly high each afternoon and evening from Friday through Monday. The main impacts will be cloud-to-ground lightning, heavy rainfall, and gusty winds. Isolated flooding will be possible each day as the rainfall totals accrue. This is the NOAA Weather Radio All Hazards, KJ.
I know it's a bit staticky, but forgive me on that one. Probably because of the interference from my computer, because it's on. But it's whatever. So, yeah. Basically, the speaker quality is much better than the 261. And not only that, but it sounds fairly decent, too. So, if I go ahead and plug this thing back in. Go ahead and plug this thing back in, and there we go. Back to where we started. So, the speaker is a much better one, obviously, but yeah. Let's take a look at the next feature, or next comparison, I should say. So, I might regret doing this, but it's just for the review. If the camera will focus in time. There we go. So, next feature, or topic, I really should say. You guys obviously see some screws next to each radio. And you guys probably know what that means. If you guys don't know what that means, I shall show you right now.
He is doing the inevitable.
Yeah, I took apart the 12261 for a very specific reason. Here is the circuitry for the 12-261. Okay? Just one big board with 4 or 5 separate contacts. 5 separate contacts for each button, obviously, which is what makes it so clicky. Because those 5 switches are on there. And here are the 2 switches for the weather, snooze, and clock buttons. There's a big old capacitor right there. 2 wires for the speaker, which is conveniently located in the front grille right there. The screen, the 3 lights. Another little capacitor, a couple of transistors, resistors. And here is what it says. This is the date of manufacturing for this particular radio. August 15th of 2003. Right. August 15th, 2003. Now with the 12382, you'd think that the circuitry inside would look the same, right? Right? No! It looks much different. Are you guys ready to see this?
Drum roll, please. Or not.
There you go. This is the 12-382 circuitry. Clearly different than that of the 12261. Because if I bring my camera down here, not my actual camera, well, my webcam so Javier can see it. So, can you see the camera that I'm using right now?
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to try and straighten the camera with one hand. There we go. Alright, now, this is the inside of the 261. You see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the 12261. You got your screen, your lights, your buttons, your everything. But here is the 12-382.
Well then.
Yeah. There's not one, but 2 separate circuit boards inside the 12-382. There's...
And the LCD screen is slightly smaller.
Oh yeah, obviously, because it's a dot matrix scrolling screen. But here's the thing I don't get. If you're going to make a radio that's basically the same, I know everything is new, but if you're going to make something that's basically the same type of radio with better features and everything, why alter the circuitry? I just don't get that, honestly. As you can see, the buttons, the contacts of the buttons have been replaced from switches to just regular circuit board contacts. Not to mention the entire button sheet just basically comes off as one solid piece. Yeah.
It's like that saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right. Here is the button sheet. Menu select, up, down, left, right. This is the entire button sheet. It comes off as one solid piece, which is extremely weird. The 261's layout is just basically stayed shut. You can't do anything about these buttons right here. Can't do anything about those, but not that I'd want to take them out anyway. Speaker wires are basically the same. It's the same size speaker. 1 watt, 16 ohm speaker, but a better quality one. But I don't know why they had to do like 2 separate circuit boards. I just don't get that.
Ah, the many wonderful mysteries of RadioShack.
Right? But
Yep.
whatever it is, it's fine. 2 buttons are conveniently located on the top, just like the 382. But the antenna is basically the same as well. But the only thing that's the only thing that's different about the 382 and the 261 is that the circuitry inside is much different than the other one is. Not to mention the button sheet comes out, like I said already, but it's whatever. So if I'm going to, there we go, put that in there. But yeah, LCD screen is slightly smaller too than the 261, like Javier said already. But yeah, it's mainly the same type of layout. It's just that the boards are now separate instead of one big board like that. And it's joined by this big chip right here. So, very interesting to know that. Oh, and by the way, the date on the 382 is much newer than the 12261. As you can see on the 261, in case to refresh your memory, it says August 15th of 03. This says October 11th of 2007. So, this radio is from 2007, and it is 10 years old. So, wowee. That's interesting to know about these radios. Like, once you take them apart, it's like when you take them apart, they're just like, you don't expect what's inside, but here it's pretty interesting, honestly. So if I put this back on, and don't worry, this isn't breaking any electrical components inside the radio, so as you can see, the buttons all work perfectly. And what does Morristown want? I don't care about your area forecast discussions. But anyway, moving on really quickly. Now here's another comparison besides the 2 radios. The boxes. As you can see with the 12261, it's like horizontal almost. Weather radio with Siren radio. Alarm clock, NWR, same operation, etc. There's the radio itself. But on the 382s, it's the RadioShack Technology Plus scheme. The radio is right there on the bottom left instead of the bottom right corner. Not only that, but the boxes are the same size. It's just that the way you view them makes them look different. Like when you put this one horizontally like it should be, it's, slightly shorter in terms of height. But when you put it horizontally, it's really the same size. Like, both boxes are really the same, as you can clearly see. But, enough of that. Yeah. Instead of the radio shown on the bottom right on the old one, this is shown on the bottom left. This radio is showing a hurricane warning. This is showing a flood watch. The model number is on the bottom left corner. The model number is on the bottom right corner. RadioShack logo is on the bottom right corner, whereas on the new one, RadioShack logo is on the top, right next to Technology Plus. And instead of saying with radio, it says same weather radio. Instead, it doesn't say bedside on it. It just says same weather radio. Now, if we look at the back, Radio is in the same place on the bottom right corner. Well, not really the bottom right, but let's just say to the right corner. But it only shows the radio on the old one for the 261, but on the back of the new box for the 382, it shows the radio and power adapter. And yeah, it shows all of the plus features in the Technology Plus. There's no NOAA logo on the back of this one, but there is on this one. So, yeah. The boxes are really the same, but they're just made differently. Just like the radios. But anyways, moving on to the next feature on this big black brick. Not as big as the 519 though. Like the 12261, this radio has alert blocking features. So if we go into set alerts, no, not location. There we go. Set alerts, you get warning, watch, and advisory. Just like on the 12261, except missed alerts is not missed alerts, but set alerts is T defeat. That's tone defeat, aka the defeat siren, aka setting alerts, aka enabling and disabling, aka whatever the fuck you want to call it. Anyway, yeah, you get warning, watch, statement, and test. Whereas on this one, since it's newer, you just get warning, watch, and advisory. But in warning, yeah, you can see it as avalanche warning, boil water warning, blizzard warning, coastal flood warning.
Which is soon gonna be
Never mind. Dust storm warning, flash flood warning, fire warning, flash freeze warning, high wind warning, iceberg warning, special warning, severe thunderstorm warning, winter storm warning, avalanche warning. We're back on that. But this is what we want. Avalanche watch, coastal flood watch.
which is soon gonna be consolidated into the fucking flood watch thanks to the NWS's shitty surveys for the fucking stupid. And it's the damn watch. It's the damn watch.
Evacuation watch, flash flood watch, which is also going to be consolidated. Yeah, they're gonna consolidate every fucking flood watch related product, like flash flood watch, coastal flood watch, lakeshore flood watch, if that even exists. I don't even know anymore. Into this. They're gonna consolidate coastal flood watch and flash flood watch into this. Boy. So you're never gonna be hearing or seeing these on your radios anymore. So rip that. Tornado watch. This is a tornado watch. This is a severe thunderstorm watch. This is a tornado watch. Tropical storm watch, wildfire watch. And I have no idea why I'm imitating IWX right now. But whatever. Probably because of, I'm just gonna say it like this. There. Administrative message, child abduction emergency, which I hope to God I will never, ever, 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 ever get one again on NWR. Flash flood statement. And basically, yeah. 911 telephone outage emergency. For some reason, the way the 261 displays it, it's kind of weird. Oh, wait, I forgot. You can't disable it on this. But it says 911 outage, I think. But this one says 911 telephone outage emergency like the actual alert is. Severe weather statement. Special weather statement. Required weekly test. Required monthly test. Power outage. Excuse me. National silent test. Transmitter carriers and unrecognized, and that's basically it. But yeah, this radio does have the alert blocking feature just like the 12261 has, and very useful feature, if I do say so myself. But anyway, on to the next. Last but not least, just for the hell of it, we are going to demonstrate the alarms on both radios. So if we flip this switch on the back to on, if I set the time, current time is 3:40. $3:41 now. Now we're going to set the alarm. Now we're going to set the alarm. There we go. Now we wait. So yeah, the alarm is basically the same thing as well. So the only different alarm in this series of radios is basically the 521. So yeah. Anyways, moving on. In conclusion on this weather radio right here. Being a successor to the 12261, it really does show a lot of promise. Because this radio does have a lot of potential. And it is a great radio, don't get me wrong. It is a very nice radio. Has great speaker quality. Has a beautiful design. Very nice antenna. Just like its predecessor. Although it does need a perfect signal to activate, but still. It still gets the job done. So, I'm going to cut the video off right now to end it. Thank you guys for watching. And by the way, more radio reviews episodes will be coming soon. So, stay tuned. And all I can say is this. August 14th. Nothing more. That's all I can say. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for future videos like these. This is Clay Ranger 143 signing out, along with NorCal Dude 599, who is no longer here, unfortunately, because he had to go. And both me and Javier will see you guys in the next video. So, peace out, and take care. Sharpie Brother Mustang!